swallowed star 494 kill them. Chapter 494, kill them. Translator, Editor. When the 100-man team of the Yu family madly fled, the leader of the 13 Acts, his blood-red eyes flashed with violence and he shouted, "Kill all of them, don't spare even a single one." Haha, understood. They can't get away. 9th and 13th brother, it's up to you too. Including their leader, the 13 axes swiftly became a blur and chased down the stronger fleeing members of the family. The two black armored men laughed manically as they extended their arms. Immediately so. Blurry beams of light shot in all directions. When Luo Feng was a student level 9, he could already control 10 flying blades. As for now, if he didn't require strength, he could control thousands of little golden blades easily. Of course, if he required strength, he could only control about 10. These 2-star level pinnacle warriors both immediately shot out 100 little thin flying axes like assassination weapons. Each of them were about half the size of a palm and 1 millimeter in thickness. A blur of flying axe assassination weapons covered the skies and shot in all directions. Ah! No! Quick! The large number of warriors fleeing all immediately went mad, as their surrounding comrades were being sliced through their heads by the flying axes. As they pierced right through, fresh blood spewed everywhere with brain matter and heads falling all over. In an instant the entire canyon was stained red, almost like a nightmare scene. The large group of ground-level Star Traveler were simply massacred. In a few seconds, the entire Yu family in the canyon had less than 20 people left. My God! The black-bearded old man was paralyzed on the ground. His face was stained with the blood of others, and his eyes were staring wide-eyed. Chi! A little flying axe weapon as thin as a cicada's wing left a dazzling silhouette in mid-air and later pierced through the old bearded man's head, almost like slicing tofu. There's nothing. It isn't here. This old bastard has a space wristband. However, it doesn't have the armor we want. From the 13 acts, the two who controlled the attacks swiftly checked the important bodies. Among them they found only one space item, however it didn't have the item they wanted. The ones who fled are the most important, those 10 have fled from the canyon. No worries, Big Brother is chasing them. He's caught up. Chi! The two became a beam of light and swiftly caught up with crowd. On the wide road, about 10 people were fleeing as hard as they could. Quickly! Their faces were filled with fear, especially the center tall and handsome young Master Yu Feng. His face was ashen. He was extremely nervous and communicated worriedly. Third uncle, carry me and flee, bring me along with you." However, the strongest among the group, third uncle Yu Yen Ta had long fled far away, not caring about him. "Haha, you think you can run?" In the distance a gold-armored demon god tore through the skies and caught up. His laughter resounded loudly within the ears of the 10 of them who were fleeing. Behind this gold-armored silhouette, there was one more who was swiftly flying over. "Go and die." The gold-armored demon god's silhouette dived down and simultaneously the genetic energy of the cloud level, universe level, smashed into the ground fiercely. A ripple started to spread in all directions, exploding within the 100m area. A universe level's genetic energy with its terrifying strength had reduced the surroundings to nothing but waste. Screams of pain and shriek sounds could be heard in the air. "No! Yu Feng howled in fear. However, his body seemed to be hit by countless assassination weapons, immediately becoming like a sieve. Even his head had rubble piercing through, after which it exploded and left nothing but a mess. Young Master Yu Feng was dead. Not cool. Before dying, Yu Feng stared wide-eyed. He had hoped so badly that he would be able to reach Naka's team. At least with that being there he stood a chance of survival. However, it was a pity that his speed was too slow. At this time there was only one person left in the fleeing Yu Feng family. It was one of the 3 strongest in the family, reaching the pinnacle of sky level. Dripping blood Yu Yen Ta. Even within the 13 acts he would be ranked about 4th or 5th in strength. He had fled along the road from the beginning with the highest speed he could muster. He didn't care about Yu Feng. because he knew, if he lost that armor, the Yu family in the city would be done for too. Back then I shouldn't have agreed. The treasure within the ancient god ruins isn't something our Yu family can take. I hate the fact that we were too greedy, simply too greedy. While flying as fast as he could, he cursed within. Back then, when the Yu family saw the benefits from success, their greed exceeded their fear. Hence, they decided to gamble this time. Yes, this was a gamble. Haha, dripping blood, you still wish to flee? A voice immediately reached Yu Yen-ta's ears. Yu Yen-ta looked back. In the distance a gold silhouette was rushing over, causing Yu Yen-ta's expression to grow even uglier. Amongst the 13 acts, the head, number 3 and 7 were the 3 he least wanted to meet. This was because these 3 were cloud level, universe level. The other 7 he still had enough confidence he could beat. Nako! Nako! Yu Yen-ta fought hard to increase his speed, staring into the distance. Suddenly there stood a 10-man team, of which there was the familiar silver-armored youth Naku. This caused Yu Yen-ta's eyes to immediately glow with hope. As his face flushed red, he roared loudly, "Young Master Naku, save me!" Luo Feng and that team had distanced themselves close to 200 kilometers from the Yu Feng family team, and Yu Yen-ta was after all just a pinnacle star level. Even though Blood River World's gravity was so strong that a star traveler couldn't fly, however Yu Yen-ta's speed could still reach up to 8 kilometers a second. If it were in space without gravity, a star-level pinnacle could reach up to 150 kilometers per second. The gravity of Blood River World was shocking, and because of that Yu Yen-ta's speed could only reach 8 kilometers per second. Close to 200 kilometers in distance he had flown for 10 seconds. In just 10 seconds, the large Yu family team was decimated. "Young Master Naku, save me!" A roar filled with genetic energy immediately resounded in the surrounding land and skies, causing the team that was rushing back, Luo Feng and Naku and his group, to be stunned. They turned their head to look over. In the distance, 2 silhouettes were approaching. One ahead of the other, they were swiftly heading towards their team. Especially the golden silhouette behind, had long released his large aura all about. It's Yu Yen-ta, and behind him is the leader of the 13 acts. The tall and sturdy Thunder Uncle deduced from a look. Revealing fear, he communicated, "Everybody listen up, do not ever mess with the leader of the 13 acts. Young Master Naku, don't ever go help Yu Yen-ta. We cannot help him. Rather, it would be suicide to help him at this point." Naku's face too was pale. Leader of the 13 acts. Within Swallow Mound's 10 million kilometers area, this was definitely a person that was highly reputable and deserving of respect. "Save me!" The skinny man Yu Yen-ta's face was filled with fear as he rushed towards Naku's team. However, Naku's team stood there not even moving. Obviously they didn't wish to intervene. Rumble! From behind, a terrifying energy wave rippled over. Not good. Yu Yen-ta looked behind. That gold-armored demon god wielding an axe had already waved it, and was slashing towards him. The huge axe swing had formed a high-pressure ripple, a slash ripple visible to the naked eye was rushing towards him, causing Yu Yen-ta's eyes to flush red as he waved his blade hard to stop it. Dang! Yu Yen-ta was knocked onto the ground from the ripple. His entire body was shaken so hard his bones were broken. Aye! Yu Yen-ta stared wide-eyed, blood leaking from his mouth, following which his head fell and there was no more sense of life. Rumble! Rumble! In the distance 2 silhouettes landed. "Big brother, did you find the item?" The 2 tall and sturdy man shouted. "It should be on him." The leader looked at Yu Yen-ta's corpse on the ground, and immediately grabbed his arm. He turned back to look at his brothers. "Third and 7th brother, it's a space wristband." The 2 who had just massacred everybody else looked, as their eyes gleamed. Luo Feng and Naku's little team stood there, not daring to move or flee. It's exactly like what the information depicted. Blood River World favors the strong. Massacres can be seen everywhere, even punks with high statuses are killed just like that. Luo Feng glanced at the distant Yu Yen-ta's corpse, shaking his head quietly. At this time, silhouettes continued to appear from mid-air. The 13 acts have arrived. The tall and sturdy Thunder Uncle's eyes were filled with shock. 13 Axe, the legendary 13 Axe. The silver-armored Naka's eyes had a sense of both excitement and nervousness. These were legendary figures. Killing the powerful team from the Yufeng family was simply like killing chicken. These were the true strong warriors. Absolute warriors. The not-too-distant leader of the 13 Axe frowned. Why isn't it here? What, it's not there? Big brother, the space wristband doesn't have the armor? Have you all checked everybody else? The leader looked at his brothers. The other 12 all replied. They don't have it, we've all checked. Only one person had a space item and it didn't have the armor we want. Just now that dripping blood was calling for them to save him. The leader in the gold armor said as his blood-red eyes looked at the distant group, causing Naku and his group to immediately feel fear. The leader frowned. They may be the same group with the Yu family, only separated into the early and later groups. Big brother, we'll kill and then look. Why think so much about it? The leader nodded. Kill them! To the 13 Axe, killing a bunch of rich family teams in Swallow Mound was simply like stepping on ants, that simple. In the continent of Blood River, it didn't matter where you stood or what you had. If one had a big fist, that was the law. We have no relationship with the Yu family, don't kill us. Spare us. Including that tall and sturdy Thunder Uncle, the group of guards all looked fearful. Even the simple and full of fighting spirit youth Naka looked fearful and shocked. So troublesome. Luo Feng shook his head. There's 3 universe levels in this group, I cannot simply just pressure them with consciousness. I will have to personally make a move. The information was right, there are many times in Blood River world where one cannot help but have to kill others. Rumble. The 13 Axe group were initially just staring coldly at Naka's group. However, one of them was just about to unleash his assassination weapons. When all of a sudden the 13 of them revealed a look of fear because in an instant before the 13 of them, one silhouette appeared. A black-haired youth in black armor. 13 images simultaneously appeared before the 13 of them.